Sir, Ranjan sir, I will invite Padmasri madam.
Shall I start, Sriri?
Yes.
Hello, Sriri sir.
Yes, sir. You can start.
Okay,
I will introduce Ranjan sir.
madam. Okay.
So how many students have joined up to now?
Till not join, ma'am.
Uh,
పెట్టాను.
Ma'am, you can start, ma'am. 40 members are there.
we will wait for 1 more minute, sir. Why?
Okay.
Actually, this is very important session. Only we
Okay,
will
ma'am.
wait for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon to one and all. So, welcome to all the students and parents for induction program of the department. So, one of the senior faculty member from our department, Dr. L. Padmasri, will address the academic rules and regulations and course structure syllabus that is included in your curriculum. Dr. Padmasri is the senior faculty member in our department. She is working from 1997 onwards for this institute, and she has also taken care of girls hostel in our college. So I request all the students, so whoever is going to join in girls hostel, madam is taking care of them. Okay, I welcome Dr. L. Padmasri to address all of you. Padmasri, please take the session, and I'm handovering to you.
Thank you, madam. In today's session, I will cover academic rules and regulations of VNR VJIT, course structure and syllabus of BTech program of EC department. Valluripalli Nageswarrao Vignan Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology aims at achieving academic excellence by implementing new initiatives in teaching learning process. Based on the directions of University Grants Commission, All India Council for Technical Education and Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, VNR VJIT introduced the choice-based credit system in UG and PG programs from the academic year 2015 onwards. Keeping in view of the standardization of the higher education system, VNR VJIT is continuing the implementation of choice-based credit system. So first we will see what is meant by choice-based credit system. Choice-based credit system enables a student to obtain a degree by accumulating the required number of credits. Under CBCS, the requirement for awarding a degree is is prescribed in terms of number of credits to be completed by the student. The number of credits earned by the student reflects the knowledge or skill gained by the student. Each course is assigned with a fixed number of credits. The student also has a choice in selecting the courses offered by various departments, and choice-based credit system adopts an interdisciplinary approach in learning. Continuous internal evaluation is used to evaluate the student acquired skills and academic attainment during a course. Credit is a unit by which the coursework is measured. It determines number of hours required per week. One credit is equivalent to 1 lecture hour of teaching or 2 hours of practical per week. And in each laboratory, we are going to conduct course-based projects, and those course-based projects are conducting as individual or team-wise to design and implementation for problem solving. VNR VJIT has giving lot of weightage for course-based projects in each laboratory. Open elective courses are interdisciplinary courses offered to all the students across the institute. Each semester consists of 16 weeks of classwork excluding examinations. Semester end examination is conducted at the end of course of study. Letter grade is an index of the performance of student in particular course. Those grades are denoted by O, A plus, A, B plus, B, C, F, absent. So this grade point is a numerical weight allotted to each letter as mentioned now on a 10-point scale. Semester grade point average, a measure of performance of work done in a particular semester. Semester grade point average is calculated by taking the ratio of total credit points secured by a student in a semester divided by total course credits taken during that semester. Grade sheet shall be issued to the students after every semester based on the earned grades. The structure of BTech program based on choice-based credit system and credit-based semester system. BTech program follows semester scheme pattern. The duration of BTech program is 4 academic years. Each academic year has 2 semesters. Each semester consists of 16 weeks of classwork, and total number of credits for entire BTech program is 160. Each course has continuous internal evaluation and semester end examination. Each student shall secure 160 credits with a CGPA of greater than or equals to 5 required for the completion of UG program and the award of BTech degree. A student after securing admission into BTech program at VNR VJIT shall pursue and acquire the BTech program in a minimum period of 4 academic years, that is 8 semesters. The performance of a student in each, we will see how the marks are distributed for each course and what is the methodology for evaluation of each course. So the performance of a student in each semester shall be evaluated course-wise with a maximum of 100 marks per theory subject and 100 marks per practical courses, laboratory courses. In addition to that, design sensitization, design thinking, internship, industry-oriented mini project, project stage 1, stage 2 courses shall be evaluated for 100 marks each. The syllabus for theory courses is divided into 6 units and each unit carries equal weightage in terms of marks distribution. For theory courses, the distribution of marks shall be 40 marks for internal evaluation and 60 marks for semester end examination. Out of those 40 marks of internal evaluation, sessional examination is conducted for 30 marks and class assessment is conducted for 10 marks. Okay. So, question paper pattern for sessional examination as follows. It consists of two parts, part A and part B. Part A has 6 marks weightage, part B has 24 marks. In part A is compulsory. That means there are 3 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. One question from each unit, because for each sessional for theory subjects there are 6 units. We are going to conduct 2 sessional exams for each theory course. So that means for each internal exam, first 3 units are the syllabus for first internal exam. For next internal exam, last 3 units, 4, 5 and 6. So that means in part A, we are giving 3 questions, 1 question from each unit and each question carries 2 marks. So coming to part B, so in part B also there are 3 questions, but 1 question from each unit with internal choice. The student shall answer only 1 question from each unit, because if for each sessional exam syllabus is, for first sessional exam syllabus is first 3 units of each course and for second sessional exam last 3 units of that course. So average of 2 sessional exams shall be calculated as final sessional marks for particular course. So, class assessment consisting of any one of the assessment tools like quiz, assignment, objective exam, course project or case study, that depends upon the faculty. The average of 2 classes assessment exams shall be calculated as final class assessment marks. So coming to semester end examination, semester end examination conducted at the end of the semester for a total of 60 marks of 3 hours duration. The syllabus for the theory course has 6 units. Each unit carries equal weightage. In semester end examination also there are 2 parts. One is part A and another is part B. Part A is compulsory. There are 6 questions, 1 question from each unit and each question has 2 marks weightage. Similarly, coming to part B, there are also 6 questions, 1 question from each unit, but there is an internal choice in part B. The student shall answer 1 question from each unit. So this is a pattern of semester end examination and internal evaluation. Coming to practical courses, For practical courses, there shall be continuous internal evaluation during the semester for 40 marks and 60 marks for semester end examination for laboratory courses. Out of those internal 40 marks, 10 marks are allotted to day-to-day work in the laboratory, 10 marks for practical examination to be conducted at the end of the semester, 10 marks for course-based project, 10 marks for record. So in laboratory courses, we will evaluate each student on daily basis. So laboratory semester and laboratory course shall be conducted at the end of the semester for 60 marks of 60 marks for 3 hours duration, and laboratory semester end examination shall be conducted by 2 examiners, one internal and another external. So now we will see what are the attendance requirements. A student shall maintain minimum required attendance of 75% aggregate. A student who does not secure minimum required attendance shall be detained. Who does not secure required minimum credits for promotion of 1 year to next year shall be detained. So that means, so VNR VJIT has giving lot of weightage to attendance and as well as required minimum number of credits gained by the student. So in addition to that attendance requirements, for the award of BTech degree, a student must satisfy minimum academic requirements. In BTech program, if a student secures minimum of 35% marks for each theory course in the semester end examination, a minimum of 40% marks for each theory course considering both internal examination and semester end examination. Okay, so each student has to secure to pass that particular registered course by following these rules. So 35% marks in the semester end examination, and altogether 40% marks by combining both internal and semester end examination together. So each course in BTech program has lecture periods, tutorial periods, or practical components. So based upon lecture periods can be represented by L, tutorial periods can be represented by T, practical components can be represented by P. Laboratory courses has practical components, theory courses has lecture component and tutorial components. Okay, based upon that LTP structure, the credits are allotted to a particular course. So coming to open elective courses, students have to select one interdisciplinary courses. That is the advantage of open elective courses. Suppose if you want to learn CSE related subjects, you can select that open elective course from CSE department. So all these open elective courses are offered by other departments. So open electives are started in 5th semester. So first open elective in 5th semester, second open elective in 6th semester, third open elective in 7th, and 4th open elective in 8th semester. So open electives are started from 5th semester onwards. That means from third year onwards, those open electives are started. So students has a lot of advantage by selecting particular open elective course offered by various departments. So these professional elective courses, students have to register 6 professional elective courses. Those are PE 1 to PE 6 during that BTech program. So we will see that detailed about these professional elective courses and open elective courses in our course structure. So in VNR VJIT, each student shall be qualified in 2 certification courses of 40 hours duration each during BTech program. So what is this certification course? It is a course that makes a student gain hands-on expertise and skills required for holistic development. So the certification courses will provide lot of hands-on experience for each student. So each student has to finish 2 certification courses during the BTech program, each course 40 hours duration. So out of these 2 certification courses during BTech program, at least 1 certification course shall be pursued through MOOCs platform. What is meant by MOOCs? Massive online courses platforms like Swayam, NPTEL online courses, Coursera online courses, BEC certification courses, etc. What is meant by BEC certification course? Business English certificate are conducted by Cambridge English. There are 3 levels in this BEC certification course. Those levels are B1, B2, C1. C1 is the higher level. And Coursera online courses are free courses, and NPTEL online courses, they are conducting freely, but to write the exam they are collecting minimum charges to write the exam. So this is the course structure of your first year, first semester. The subjects are calculus for engineers, engineering chemistry, English, programming through C, circuit theory. There are 5 theory subjects and 4 laboratories. Laboratory courses are engineering chemistry laboratory, English language communication skills laboratory, programming through C laboratory, and workshop practice. So 5 theory courses and 4 lab sessions. So for each course, how many contact hours per week? Based on that contact hours per week, credits are assigned to particular subject. And leftmost column of that table shows course code of particular subject. So in first semester, I think already you have acquainted with calculus, chemistry, English, and new subjects are programming through C, circuit theory. Remaining 3 subjects are you are acquainted a lot from intermediate onwards. English subject you are learning from school level onwards. Okay. So out of those 5 theory subjects, 2 subjects are new subjects to you. So you learn a lot, that C programming concepts and circuit theory in first semester. So this is the course structure for second semester. Theory subjects are linear algebra and advanced calculus, and engineering physics, data structures, basic electrical engineering. That means you have 4 theory subjects, and along with 4 theory subjects, you have engineering drawing and design sensitization. Along with those subjects, you have 3 laboratories. Those are physics laboratory, data structures laboratory, and electrical engineering laboratory. Okay. So physics, these laboratories are related to your theory subjects, what you are going to study in second semester. So in first semester, total number of credits for entire theory subjects and laboratories are 21 credits. In second semester, 19 credits. So this is the course structure for third semester. That means second year, first semester. Complex analysis and special functions, probability theory and stochastic process. First theory subject is related to mathematics, and from second year onwards, you can learn that electronic devices concepts and signals and systems concepts and probability theory concepts from second year first semester onwards. So you will have how many theory subjects? 5 theory subjects, 3 laboratories, along with gender sensitization subject is also there. Total number of credits in third semester are 20. So from second year onwards, you can start to learn that electronic concepts. So in second year, second semester, theory subjects are control systems, analog and digital communications, analog circuits, computer organization, EM waves and transmission lines. 5 theory subjects and 3 laboratories. Out of those 3 laboratories, 2 laboratories are related to your theory subjects, what you are going to study in particular semester, and another laboratory is Python programming. Because we have introduced this Python programming in this semester, because in all industries, Python programming has giving lot of weightage. So that's why we have introduced this subject in second year, second semester. And total number of credits in this semester is also 20. So coming to third year, first semester. So program electives and open electives are started from third year, first semester. That is fifth semester of your program. So here you have 5 theory subjects. Out of those 5 theory subjects, one is open elective subject. Those open electives are offered by various departments. Program electives are offered by our electronics department. Along with these 2 electives, we are going to study antenna wave propagation, digital signal processing, and microprocessor and controllers. And you have 3 laboratories: Digital Signal Processing Laboratory, Microcontrollers Laboratory, and Advanced English Communication Skills Laboratory also. So student can learn communication skills in this laboratory, because this laboratory is conducted in third year first semester. So you are going to attend that placements from fourth year first semester onwards. That's why we have introduced this communication skills laboratory in third year itself. And summer internship. So after finishing your third year first semester, so you have to start that summer internship also. And total number of credits for this semester is 21. In third year second semester, VLSI design, computer networks, and economics and accountancy. This subject is humanities subject, and program elective 2, open elective 2. Okay, and along with these theory courses, we are going to learn 2 laboratories: VLSI design laboratory and computer networks laboratory, and along with these courses, design thinking is also there. Total number of credits is 21 in this semester. So coming to fourth year first semester, that is 7th semester of your program. So here you are going to study 2 program electives and 1 open elective. Along with these electives, principles of management and organizational behavior. This is also a humanities subject, and another subject is microwave engineering. So there are 2 laboratory sessions. One is a signal processing and communication applications laboratory, microwave engineering laboratory, and along with these courses, theory courses and laboratory courses, and industrially oriented mini project, and first stage of your major project. So you can do this industrial oriented mini project in either industry or in college. And the total number of credits in this semester is 23. Coming to last semester, that is 8th semester, there are 2 program electives and 1 open elective. And along with these courses, there are no laboratories in 8th semester, only 3 theory courses, and we have to concentrate on major project. So total number of credits are 15 in this semester. Altogether, you have to secure 160 credits for award of your BTech degree. So there are various tracks for program elective courses. Suppose if you are interested on communication track, you select this. First row. If you are interested on signal processing, select this second row of program electives. Suppose if you are interested on Internet of Things, select that third row of programming electives. So we have EC department has prepared various tracks of program electives based on the industry requirements. Suppose if any student has interested in machine learning, select this fourth row of program electives. If any student has interested in VLSI design, select this track of program electives. Okay. So these program electives are started from third year first semester onwards up to your last semester, up to 8th semester. Okay, so based on the interest of student, there is a choice to select the program electives and open electives courses offered by various departments. So that's why this our system is known as choice based credit system. Okay, so these are the syllabus for the first year. I think this is for second year first semester subject syllabus, complex analysis and special functions, and each theory course has prerequisites and objectives and outcomes, and each theory course has 6-unit syllabus. For first internal exam, syllabus for first internal exam is Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4, 5 and 6 are second sessional exam. Okay. And what are these course outcomes? Course outcomes are statements describing essential skills that each and every student need to acquire at the end of the course. Okay, so at the end of this course, student will be able to apply and design, analyze those particular problems. After studying each theory course, you can apply these particular equations to analyze functions, and you can analyze the image by using some concepts, and you can able to solve ordinary differential equations using Bessel's equations. So these are the particular outcomes of complex analysis and special functions. This subject we are going to study in second year first semester. So like that, each theory subject has same pattern: prerequisites, objectives, outcomes, and 6 units. What are the test books are required? What are the reference books are required for each theory course subjects? Okay, like that. Further, all these syllabus for all these subjects are from second year onwards. So, do you have any doubts regarding these rules and regulations?
Srihari, students mentioned any questions in the chat box? Hello, Srihari.
Hello.
Is there any question?
Madam, they want to know about what is credit-based system.
So that
Each theory subject has some credits. So like this, in first year, first semester, they are going to learn calculus for engineer subject. For each theory course and laboratory course, there are particular credits.
Ma'am, one more question. What is the minimum credit requirement?
total credits
160 credits.
160. To promote from 1 year to another, minimum 40% in first year. So all those things are listed in the web regulations that are available in the website. So once please go through the website. If you have still doubts, please during our interaction with your classes, we will clarify all your doubts.
So they are asking about the books, and so books can be available at the college, ma'am.
Books only, library cards will be issued, only 4 books will be given. Okay, now in this pandemic situation, online soft copy books also provided through, we will provide a training program through library. So they will tell how to access all those facilities available in our library. But so I request all the students, so you should have one textbook based on your subject. Okay. So Sriram has joined. Hi Sriram.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
How are you all?
Fine, fine. Very happy to see you. So Srihari, we are stopping here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
We are going for next session. That section is handled by our alumni. So he joined in our institute 99, and after completion of his BTech in VNR, he joined for Infosys. He worked at Pune. After seeing the surroundings of Pune children, he quit his job. He joined for Teach for India to train the teachers, and he is served as a teacher for many schools. At present, he is working as a teacher. School is training all children. He wants to develop country from root level. So because of that one, he is training children at school level onwards. So really, it's very fortunate. I am having opportunity to listen to Mr. Sriram. In one of, we invited him for, I know he is very good speaker and very inspiring person. And we invited him for one of our alumni meet. Really, actually, so I am very fortunate and very happy as a teacher of Sriram. Really, we are very less in front of Sriram. So everyone wants to listen from you. Thank you, Sriram. Welcome to VNR back once again. The session is open. Please take the session.
Padmasai ma'am, thank you very much for that kind introduction. And I should say a very elevated introduction. I really don't feel, as eligible for, such a grand introduction. So wherever we are, whatever we do, I think, we still are students of VNR, alumni of VNR, and we're all your humble students. So I hope one day, we'll live up to such a grand introduction. Thanks a lot once again. If I may ask a couple of questions, madam. So I'm assuming that all the fresh joinees are here, right, from ECE?
Yes, all ECE students. Actually, I requested our faculty members also join for this session.
Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you. So may I know, it's 100 plus students, right?
240 students.
240 students, okay, who are joining us.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity, and it feels great to be back, if not physically, at least virtually, and spend time with our college and my alma mater. Normally, I remember that typically we have our old students get together, our alumni association meets in December, which is this month. But this way, I think it feels new for all of us to be here virtually, connecting with each other. Firstly, let me start off in welcoming all our new friends. 240 of you. Very happy for you all, and very happy for you, for also having chosen a good college. Right? I'm not saying this just to flatter because I'm a student, but I think you should consider, all of you should consider yourself fortunate and lucky to be here. Madam Padma Sai ma'am, is there any way I can present something?
You can.
Can I? Can I?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Just give me 1 minute, please, while I try to share a small window that I have. Okay. So, okay. So I hope people are able to see what I'm presenting.
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
I can continue. Wonderful. So welcome once again, all the freshers and all my juniors. As ma'am, was mentioning about in the brief introduction that she gave about me. I joined this college, our college, in '99. I think it was 4 years then after college's establishment, and now I see. Just a few days back, I was going through the website and I saw that it's a silver jubilee year. What a lovely time to be for all of you. Again, let me congratulate you for being here. I know that this would have been a very rough ride for you, for many of you, just because it's different, and it's the year itself is looking quite different, right? 2020. I did not talk much about who I am. I thought of actually introducing myself, but anyways, looks like you already got to know a bit about me. Right now, I work in a school as a principal. The school is actually in Andhra Pradesh, very close to Vijayawada. It's a different story today. I really don't want to get much into why am I in schools after doing my engineering and after working in IT sector, etc. So that's maybe for some other day. I just hope and I assume that some of you have something to write a few thoughts about, something to jot down a couple of things on. Not that I'm really not asking you to write down any key notes from our interaction. No, that's not the intention. But I have one or two questions for you, and I would be really happy. Whoever is watching this, I would be really happy if you can actually grab hold of a pen, or if you have a phone next to you, for you to jot down your responses for a couple of questions that I want to ask, right? As I said, things have been very weird this year. I'm sure all of you agree, right? I can actually visualize. I interacted with a few cousins of mine, right, who are in the same ship as yours, on what is happening, like how are they tackling, how are they managing all the entrance exams this year, with the lockdowns and masks all over, sanitizers going around. different kinds of, engineering counselings, stress times. Anyway, so quite a weird year. But in such an year, my question to you, a simple question for you, I'll give you a minute. So can you think of any 3 to 4 things, right? In these COVID times, can you think of any 3 to 4 things without which all our lives could have been extremely difficult, right? I know that, things have started looking very bling and bleak from March when the lockdown began, and now we are in December. For the last 7-8 months, are there any 3-4 things, top of mind recall, whatever you can think of immediately, without which the last 6 or 7 months would have been extremely difficult for us? I'll give you 10-15 seconds there. No need to think much, just think of, write down, what are those few things which really helped us, right? Okay, I think that's time enough. I also know that it's difficult for me to interact with you. I would have actually loved to really talk to you, take responses from you, or ask you questions. But I understand the technological difficulties. When I ask this question to myself, some of the top things which all of us, I'm sure which some of you would have written as well, are masks, of course, as you can see in my previous slide. Masks, sanitizers, well, food, of course. Thanks. We should thank our farmers. We should thank our Annadata friends. But keeping that aside, what are those immediate things in our daily lives, which made an impact? One thing which definitely struck me is what we are doing right now. Now, imagine if the same thing or such a pandemic had happened 20-30 years back. Life would have still continued, no doubt about that, right? But imagine how difficult it would have been for you folks to even appear for your entrance exams. Imagine how difficult it would have been for us to actually sit in different rooms in 250 different houses and communicate like this, right? I mean, it's very difficult even to imagine such a scenario, right? So, your web sessions, for entertainment, your streaming sites. So all these things, I think, the point that I'm trying to make is, while a lot of our lives, now we are all going gaga and talking about vaccines, well, so much has to be attributed to, our health workers, nurses, doctors, etc. While a lot of it, we owe it to our medical fraternity friends. I think, knowingly or unknowingly, a lot of us, still had a reasonably smooth time. You could talk to your parents, you could talk to your near and dear ones, your cousins, all because of internet and communication. And the point that I'm trying to make is, that is the branch, folks, which you have taken up, right? I think that is the branch, communications, electronics, without which, you and I would not have spoken like this today. Without which you wouldn't have asked all those questions which you were firing to your professors just a while back. And you are into that branch. So just raise your hands, everyone, take it to your back and pat yourself, right? Electronics and communications is actually one of the core areas, core engineering fields, which is helping us day in and day out without us realizing, right? If you all are enjoying an OTT movie, can't go to a theater, let's thank electronics and communications. Anyways, so just thought, it would be relevant when welcoming you to such an esteemed college, to a wonderful branch of engineering. I thought it's important that we just remind ourselves on the role played by ECE in our lives, right? On that note, let me move on to introduce you to a gentleman who is amazingly inspirational. Maybe some of you would have already heard about his name. His name is Simon Sinek, right? He's an American. He is a business consultant. a motivational speaker, has authored a lot of books. So I thought, it's important, or it's nice on this occasion for me to introduce Simon Sinek to you all, right? You can later on Google. I know that you all are experts at all these things, doing research. There are TED Talks by Simon Sinek. Today, I'm actually going to take an excerpt from one of his talks. So who is he? Why is he so famous? Why should we even care about him, right, on this day? And let me tell you. So this gentleman introduced something called a concept called golden circle, right? Which you will know anyways in the next 5 minutes. So let's see what this golden circle is all about. But before we get into this golden circle, I want all of you to identify a small logo or a picture that I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'm sure 100% of you will recognize this. We all know. See, my teachers' habits, they really don't go away. I'm still interacting without actually getting to see any of your faces, as if you all are sitting in front of me. I'm sure you all know this. What's this? An apple from which a bite has been ripped off. It's from the Apple electronics and computer company, Apple Inc. So why Apple? I'm also sure 10 to 20% of us would have used. Why 10 to 20%? If you're coming, like I'm again assuming that a good number of you are from Hyderabad or from urban areas, and with all these online things that are on right now, a good number of us would have used some or the other Apple product. Yes. I started using my first Apple product when I was in my first job, right? I don't have an Apple MacBook even now. It's way too expensive for me. But yes, I still remember me buying a small device, a tiny cute device called iPod. Yeah, some of you would have heard its name, iPod. It just plays music with great quality, right? It just took us to a different world of music. And I somehow saved all my savings from my first job for the first year, and bought that iPod and enjoyed using the device for a long time. You all know iPads, iPods, whatnot. These days, people are even talking about some Apple watches or some smart watches. So why am I talking so high about Apple? Not that I work there. There is something, folks, that people generally observe, when we talk about Apple customers. Typically, if you actually used an Apple product, right, an iPad, a MacBook, or whatever, iPhone, how can I forget iPhone, right? Why is it so expensive? Yeah, my phone is like 12,000, and people say iPhone is some 50,000. Why is it so expensive? And even if it is so expensive, why are there millions and millions of people dying to buy that product? So this thought, actually, similar thoughts made Simon Sinek think a lot about what's so special about this company. Come on, there's so many electronic companies. There's so many companies even before Apple. But what is it that makes this company stand out from the crowd? And why are people who buy Apple products, why are they always talking so high about Apple? And why do they remain loyal to Apple, the company, and buy whatever product it creates, right? So this thing, do you all know that Apple actually started off as a computer company, as a personal computer company, PC, the Dabba computers, right? And now Apple is into everything, not just PCs, right? Apple have laptops, obviously. Same. Apple has music devices. Apple has watches. Apple has, as I told you, phones. So why are people buying this? So if you look at the story, he attributes a lot of this to these interesting three concentric circles called why, how, what. So this he names as golden circle, right? I'll stop about Apple for a while, and I will typically ask you, think of any advertisement which we generally see, right? We all watch TV, right? Different programs, cricket matches, and we have so many advertisements, ads in between. How is a typical ad if I take a newspaper? They simply say, okay, buy so-and-so car, Maruti Suzuki, Ford something, right? And why should you buy that car? They simply say, okay, this car gives great mileage, or this car has beautiful interiors, or this car is whatever, goes jerk free. Virat Kohli comes and advertises for MRF tires these days. MRF tires, what does MRF do? We manufacture tires, and tires which actually give you a smooth ride. Take any advertisement, folks. What they actually tell is the brand is actually telling you what is the product that they have. Take Falana soap, take Lux, right? Soap used by film stars. Or take something else, take Fair and Lovely, right? Buy Boost. It makes you grow taller. So they actually are talking about what is the product, and then they're actually going one level deeper, and they're telling why should you buy their product, what is so special about it. Anyone does the same thing, but Simon Sinek says Apple doesn't do this. Apple doesn't do this. You also would have seen Apple iPhone ads, but typically you don't see Apple ads in between a cricket match. At least I don't see. You don't actually have like huge advertising, right? Buy juice, do this, do that. No, Apple doesn't do that. But why? How come it manages that sort of a market share? It's because, folks, what Simon Sinek says is Apple, folks, starts off from their why. Unlike other companies, Apple actually first conveys to people about their why. Their why is nothing but, why does that company even exist? What are they trying to do? Why? The purpose of that company. Apple says, we are here, our company is here to challenge status quo. To challenge status quo means our company is here to challenge and change everything that is common and come up with something new. How do we do that? We do that how? When they come to how, we do that by beautifully designing products which are super customer friendly. And some of our products, then they come to what? Some of our products are iPhone, iPad, MacBook. Do you want to buy them? Is the kind of messaging they ask. They don't say, buy our iPhone, come on. They don't say, buy MacBook. They actually start off saying their purpose and why does their company exist. This is the key thing, folks. Other companies go from what and then they go inside. Apple actually tries to attract their customers because Apple tells people why do they exist. Now, if you are wondering what is all this nonsense for, when we are just about to start our engineering course. Folks, this is not just applicable for a company. This is applicable for all of us and all of you. What are you doing, folks? After 4 years, we got it, you will get it out in 2024. What will you get? You've done your engineering. What's the result? I got my degree. If someone asks you, what are you up to? What are you up to these days? Obviously, you'll say, I'm doing my BTech. That's all. That's what we all said, which is fine, which is truth. But I think what you need to be clear is directly start with your why, folks. Directly start with your why are you doing this engineering? If you don't start there, then I think, we'll simply have the 4 years spent. What do? We get a degree. How do we do? Yeah, we do that by doing a lot of courses, getting a lot of credits, a lot of subjects, right? Clearing all of them, so many semesters, and we pass. How? The process is, a lot of internal exams, a lot of university exams. Over. Why did I do that? Who knows? I got a good rank. I'll tell you my personal experience. Why am I saying all of this? Why am I saying all of this? Because when I did my engineering, and let me be extremely frank, let me be brutally honest today, I did not know my why. No, I did not know my why. I was, okay, why engineering? My sister Akka is doing engineering and she told me electronics is a good branch, right? I was only here. What are you doing? Oh, I'm taking EC. Why EC? Oh, supposed to be a very good branch. My sister is in EC, like 2 years senior to me. She said, wonderful. A lot of jobs. Nothing wrong in actually thinking about jobs, right? Nothing wrong. Obviously, we need good jobs. Obviously, we see, which branch, where is the future bright. That is all at superficial level, folks. That is like, advertising for any other company. But if we don't know why engineering, why electronics, I didn't know. I came, I went out, and I had a good time. And thanks to our lecturers and professors, we kind of, had a very productive time. I'm not saying that, I didn't enjoy my engineering. But once I came out of my 4 years, I looked back and said, okay, why? I am not asking all of you, I'm not actually even expecting or assuming that all of you know your why. Maybe at this age, when you're 17, 18 year old, maybe not all of us, not all of you would know your why. But my suggestion to you all is like, be like Apple. You will stand out. Think, even if you have ended up in ECE because there is no other choice, even if you have ended up in ECE because your parents asked you to take it, even if you have ended up in ECE because your neighbor has influenced you take this branch or engineering, or even if you are here without even understanding why you're doing engineering, that's okay. That's okay. But ask your why now. Now that I am here, can I make some sense out of it? Why am I doing engineering? What can I do with this? How automatically follows. Appudu how will not be simply, okay, I'll just finish 4 years, finish a project and move out. The how then will be, how do you apply yourself in that engineering? I hope I'm making some sense, right? If this is not making any sense, just go back and watch Simon Sinek's TED video. If we don't understand our graduation, unfortunately in India right now, I'm being a bit critical here. In India right now, we are actually producing thousands and thousands of engineers who just come out and who basically clueless. Okay, what do I do now? I don't know, right? And then we have jokes about India saying in India everyone does engineering and then they think of what they want to do. It's like, everyone does 10th standard. We cannot be in this course, folks, without understanding our why. So your why may be different from someone else's why. Maybe all 240 of your whys will be different. But try and question that. Keep that question lingering in your mind all these 4 years. Why am I here? Why am I here? What can I get out of this course? Right? You will find your purpose. You will find your purpose, and that's the first thing that I really wanted to say. It's called, that's the reason why it's called Golden Circle, right? He even talks about so many other stories. I don't want to get into that. Here I'm again, I am here today. My only qualification is, I happen to read, I happen to do the same course of your branch, maybe 2 decades before you. My only qualification here is, I'm an alumnus of this institute. So there is a saying, folks, that wise people learn from their experience, and wiser people learn from others' experience. So I am here today just to share a few stories about my own engineering experience, hoping that you can take a few leaves out of my experience, right? So if you indulge, please, indulge me in and bear with me for the next 15-20 minutes. I'll just share a few snippets of my engineering experience, right? I have 3 points for you, and I'll just tell where that is coming from. Again, through my story. Oh, this slide is saying application orientedness. I'll apply everything to myself, right? 4 years of engineering, got a good rank. In those times, we had an entrance. I think we still have it, MSET. Came into VNR, a college which is just, shaping up into a good institution. 4 years into, after its establishment, came in, was very good at theoretical stuff, bookish stuff, subject after subject, course after course, elective after elective, was just, clearing exams, going to next year, second year, third year, and, engineering just breezes past you. If you just, blink your eye and open, sometimes you just feel, okay, I'm already in 4th year. What nonsense. When did we actually study all the last 3 years? Where did they go? What was missing in my approach, folks, which I only realized very late into my engineering. And I blame myself for this. I blame myself for this because our professors, our teachers, our lecturers, they were all fab. Until I got into my final year project. Yes, we did theories. Yes, we did practicals. We had so many labs. And now I'm assuming that it's been 2 decades. So your labs and your infrastructure in our VNR must be multiple notches above and better. 4th year, we do something called a project, right? To make the future engineers, to make them well versed with industry and, let them feel how things are outside. I did a project, and only when I started doing that project, I really understood, I actually understood how the bookish stuff that I learned actually turns into an application. When I really tried to communicate something from X to Y, from one box to another box, from one processor to another processor, because till then, though we did telecommunications, television engineering, mobile networks, whatever, so many subjects, my mind was not asking the right questions. How do these cell phones work? Cellular. It was all theoretical and getting good marks. I think for you, my first suggestion is be practical. Whatever you're learning in the book, try and question yourself, where is this coming into application? How is it helping us? What devices, what communications, what protocols? Where in the real world can I see its application? And by the time I realized the beauty of communications and electronics, it was already high time. It was already high time. All the 4 years got done. That's why, whenever I interact with, my young friends like you, I feel jealous because, you have your 4 years with you. You have your 4 years intact. You can now look forward to those 4 years, right? For me, I think, I only realized, okay, 4 years are done, and now I see, oh, lovely. Oh, this is how it works. Oh, I didn't understand it then, and now it makes sense, right? So please, in India, generally, unfortunately, we are not encouraged to have this sort of an outlook, an application-based approach, a project-based approach, a practical approach from our schooling. Somehow we learn, somehow, we get good marks, we understand things. I'm not saying we don't understand things, and we pass, and we ace, and we get ranks. But we need to think, where am I applying this? Today, if I'm learning this, where am I applying this? To have application orientedness, folks. And the second thing which really made me change my track from, corporate sector to a different sector, development sector, is the community consciousness. And this might sound a bit preachy, folks, right? This may sound a bit preachy. Yeah, what is he talking? Is he giving all this bhashan and gyan to us? But, as I said, I'm going to share only my experience. You want to take it, please take it. I hope you at least get something out of it. I think a lot of us, a lot of us are missing out on this, whatever heights we are achieving. Right? What thoughts brought me into education? It's just seeing that the world is unfair. It's just looking around me, opening up my eyes. It's just actually feeling bad for our society's watchman's daughter. It's just actually wondering on why some people can't go to schools while we can. If you're sitting here today in this session, 240 from VNR College of so many branches, maybe thousands of intake every batch. You 240 are so lucky because you are only in the 30%, if I'm not wrong, you're only in the 30% to 25% of Indian students who are reaching college. If people joined, if 100 people, you are one amongst 100 who joined in your kindergarten, in your school, in your KG, 75 of them are not with you today. We should consider ourselves lucky for these opportunities, lucky for having wonderful parents who supported you and me, people like me all throughout, lucky for being in institutions like ours, and also lucky to be in a position tomorrow to help those unlucky. I think somewhere it pricked me a lot, and I just was wondering on what can happen, what can I do. Okay, I'm earning a bit. I had a good job. I was drawing a decent salary. So but what's again, why am I doing this? It took me back to this. It took me back to my why. So I think whichever field we are in, engineering especially, we can add a lot with what we do later, or even now, even these 4 years. I remember, I think we still have an active NSS chapter. I remember having an NSS chapter in the college then, doing some service. Because I think if we are not paying much attention to this, I think as a community we are not heading. Simple examples. We don't even need engineers to do this. How did we clear our engineering? I'm not sure about how things work in Hyderabad today, but in our engineering, I think most maybe your elder siblings or your teachers, your professors can tell you. One simple example of community consciousness is what we used to find in Koti. Our textbooks, right? It is a wonderful social initiative with a business-oriented mind. Koti, there's a place called Koti, for those of you who are new to Hyderabad, used to have a series of shops with all sorts of books who really helped thousands and thousands of engineering students who could not afford to buy textbooks. All we used to do is go there, get our semester textbooks and return them after semester. And they used to either return money, or then when we returned these set of books, they used to give the next semester books, whatever we wanted. If we really loved a book, if we wanted that book for ourselves, there was always this option to retain that. Simple idea, gave business to those people and helped thousands of engineers across Hyderabad, not just in our college. I mean, we generally thank our college and then Koti for our engineering. If not so well educated footpath bookshop owners can think of such ideas, imagine what ideas you can think of, what ideas we engineers can think of. I know a friend, I don't want to take his name, maybe he won't like it. I know a friend from my batch, from a different branch, electrical. He's actually developed a water purification plant for a small sustainable society, community. Used water, he used his engineering there. Used water, you purify it and somehow reuse it for plants and other things. We can do that. You need not be, we need not be, Shah Rukh Khan's of Swadesh movie. I'm assuming, I don't know how many of you have seen Shah Rukh Khan's movie Swadesh. That's again from an engineer, creating a Hydel project to generate electricity. When we apply things in real life, then we see real life problems. And if we mix it with a small pinch of salt, like, in dishes, you won't get taste unless you mix salt. So let us mix our own interests, our own business interests, our own jobs, apply them and use them for some community purposes where, we get helped and others get helped. I think nothing like it. That was my why. Yeah, I'm not saying that has to be yours, but think about community folks. And finally, I just want to say, we have 4 years, right? 4 years of engineering. It's a very famous thing. So you all would have heard these words, producers or consumers. This 4 years will come by, the 4 years will go. You will learn things, you will pass a lot of exams. In this 4 years experience, my question to you, do you want to be a producer or do you want to be a consumer? There is a big difference. If you want to be a consumer, again, I should talk about myself here. Maybe I was consumer for a long time. It just doesn't make any difference, whatever my percentage is, even if my name is actually somewhere hanging there in the college for getting decent marks. I think I was a consumer throughout. Consumer ante basically I was on the receiving end. I only took the experience and I just cleared. I understood my subjects, I cleared. The difference is, if you are a producer, you produce your experiences. You don't just consume whatever is given to you. The same teachers, the same professors, the same courses, the same vivas, the same projects, the same laboratories. There is a difference between producer and consumer. If you produce from that 4 years experience, you can produce immense experience. What you produce may be different from what I produce. You can produce a lot of fun. You can produce a lot of passion for the subject, right? You can produce so many things from these 4 years. And my request, it's not even a suggestion, my request to you all is, don't just let the 4 years pass by. Don't just be a consumer. Things are thrown at you and you keep eating. You produce something out of it. I'm not saying that produce something physical. Produce your experiences out of it. Make your lifelong friends. Enjoy each and every subject. Try and get to the why of things. Develop that passion. Start loving the course. Produce your experiences, and then there is nothing like engineering. It's absolutely nothing like engineering. Then 4 years will be a boon, rather than you look back in 2025 and think, okay, we just came, we just passed, just another student out of 240 or 1,500, right? So I'll come back to this. I'll come back to the golden circle, folks. Way back, I think 10, 12, 15 years back, we had this great gentleman. You all know him, Abdul Kalam. You all would have been in school, when he served as president. I'm not sure, maybe. He came up with something called India 2020, a vision. The idea then was to create some plan, some visionary plan on how India should be in 10, 15, 12 years by this year. Unfortunately, the man is no more. Not really sure what the did the plan really, pieces of those plans were implemented, but maybe I don't know what all happened to that vision. All I'm saying is, why don't you look at the same thing, India 2020 or your vision 2020? We are in 2020. However bad this year has been for the world, it actually, you are almost about to end it. Have your why set and look at this vision 2020 as something which you are looking forward to from here on till 2024 and then way beyond. So your vision 2020 is basically what you plan right now before you get into this beautiful course. Let me assure you, it's a wonderful course. You will have your difficult subjects. You will have your tough subjects. You will have subjects that you love. But if you get to the core of it, so ask yourself your why, and why are you in this college? How can you produce? How can you extract whatever teachers are offering, how can you get maximum out of your teachers and have your vision 2020, which is the vision that you are making in 2020 for your future. I think that's going to be a perfect tribute for great people like him. I know it's been very preachy. I know you must be thinking, this fellow is coming and giving us a lot of sermons. But I feel if I ever have to give to my younger brother, my cousin, my younger sister, who are about to get into engineering, these are my only words. Be a producer, not a consumer. Have that sort of community consciousness all throughout, not just in your engineering, throughout, and apply things. Without application, engineering is nothing but reading any other course, right? I can do a small course on your Coursera and say, okay, my engineering is done. Be application oriented. That's it. I just wanted to say this. I just want to say happy engineering. Can anyone guess why I have put this picture? Yeah, so you're going to have some wonderful 4 years, lot of highs and lows. It's going to be a roller coaster of a ride, right? Lot of highs, lot of lows, lot of enjoyments, lot of shared sorrows, tough subjects, crazy subjects, tough days, bad days, good days, but it's going to be fun. So happy engineering, folks. I hope you just enjoy the process, the how of it, and know your why. Thank you. That's it from my side. I'll just end this presentation, and in case you have any questions, maybe you can shoot. Yeah, thanks a lot for bearing with me.
Yeah, students, if you have any doubts, you can post on your chat.
నువ్వు ఆపే. Srihari?
Yes, ma'am. They are not asking any questions, ma'am. Just I was saying on that.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that it can be any random question, not just about what I spoke on, but I would be happy to just interact. But yeah, so I'm there. Anyways.
One question they are asking that why you left your job, sir?
Well, why did I leave my job? Okay, it's a long story. I just want to cut the long story short. As I was talking, I was mentioning in my, during the course of my presentation, I think 5 years into my corporate stint, I worked for 5 years in Infosys after my MBA. So basically, I went on to do my master's in business administration after engineering. I didn't stick to the core engineering group. But yeah, I came back to IT sector. I worked for 5 years. It's just a lot of alternate thoughts. Somewhere, the more I thought, I felt that I was not directly contributing to people around me, and the idea of me just working in a plush office with AC in it, and drawing a good 5-6 figure salary and enjoying my weekends somehow did not appeal to me. So I thought that rather than just volunteering or indirectly being associated in some good cause just for 2 days of a week, I thought what would give me more satisfaction is to get into something where I would be directly impacting lives of people around me. So I was then dabbling with the idea of where should I get into in development sector, in service sector, and schooling and education is something which I really love, because I strongly believe that the future, which is you and all the school students, the foundation lies in schools, and tomorrow's India and citizens actually, if we can help them right from the stage when they are in schools, and especially help the lesser privileged kids, nothing like it. Otherwise, as I was mentioning, there is 50% dropout of girls in schools itself. In India, we're talking about in India. So generally we are oblivious, or we ignore the facts because we are privileged, right? We are in engineering college. We have our laptops. We have parents who pay for us. But the situation of children around us who are lesser privileged really shook me up. So yeah, so that then I just thought, why not leave my job for 2 years and join this fellowship program called Teach for India, and which gave me an opportunity to be in a government school, get associated with children from lesser socioeconomic profile slum areas in Pune. And yes, once I started teaching in schools and once I started spending time with those little ones, I just fell in love with the profession, and I never felt like coming back to IT. Yeah, so here I am, 11 years into into the same thing, teaching and schooling. Right now I teach, and I also work as a principal, as I already told you.
Oh,
Thank you, sir. One more question, sir.
one more question. Yeah.
In practical world, what should be actually tried new according to you?
Srihari sir, can you, if you don't mind, can you repeat or can you just bring the question here? I could not hear you well.
To compete with practical world, what should we actually try new according to you, sir?
There's still some disturbance because I think all of us are not on mute.
No, I'll just read it again. To compete with practical world, what should we actually try new according to you?
Okay, perfect. Now I got the question. Thanks a lot. I think there is nothing radically different that we need to see. Again, as I said, somehow, I was not trained to look at things and open my eyes to all the practical scenarios around me. This sort of an outlook is something which we should consciously develop. For example, we all use our remote control. I have it almost all the time in my hand when I sit in front of a TV set. And we keep switching channels, changing channels. What should be the difference between any other layman out there and an engineer? Something should actually, I think even sometimes school kids were better than me. Something should tell me, okay, what is this magical device called remote control doing? When I click on a button, how is it actually giving me a different channel? How is the signal received? What is there in this device? Engineer it, back engineer it, reverse engineer it, open it, break it. A simple questions right from school level. How is a train? So these are basic things. I think, if we are blind to things around us, how is the Bluetooth working? When I was in engineering college, it was the in thing. We were submitting papers on Bluetooth technology. These days, Bluetooth, I'm using a Bluetooth earphone set right now. Everyone knows what is Bluetooth. Electronic communication engineers, we should think, oh, this technology, how does it work? I'm not saying that, all of us, engineering in India doesn't equip us to become mechanics of everything, but I think that is where, we should be practically oriented. That is where, I feel I lack, or, where a good number of our friends, were Indian engineers miss out. If I do a television engineering course, not only understanding how a television works and how the colors in it work or whatever, I should have the practical oriented mind to actually see really what goes into my TV. It's just that we can see that in young kids who are like 4 or 5 year old. You give them a car, and that the car runs for a while, and after 2-3 days, once they're getting bored with it, they break the car and they actually say, I'm not saying break everything in your home. Your parents will run after me, right? But why can't we see this? Why should we rely on an electrician or a plumber for every simple thing? And then, can I call myself an electrical engineer if I just don't know how to change a fuse or just check what's gone wrong? So I think we just have to open our minds and see the world around us. And in the room that you're sitting right now, you will get 100 questions. Being practical or to be competent is basically that. And is basically to question whichever subject you are studying, how is this used? Without any use, are we studying it for, it's futile, right? They're not just printing textbooks and textbooks just for us to finish the courses. There must be some use. So question yourself again, why? Why am I studying this? Go back to your inner circle of that why. I think you will be competent in the practical world. That's my opinion.
And sir, more question.
Yeah.
Like if I fail in that, then how to cope that?
If I fail, then how to cope up? Is that the question?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, fail in anything? Is it a general question?
Yes, just now you have said the answer, no, sir, regarding your perspective. So they are asking the
Okay.
question that, so while if I fail in trying that, then how to cope up in
Okay.
that particular thing?
Okay, so my answer can be slightly philosophical. Let us not run after results, my friends. Let us not run after results. Well, whatever whatever has happened so far in 17 years of your life, even if you are really aiming for the best possible rank, I don't think we should run after the results. If we enjoy the process, if we enjoy the subject, if I really love a subject, if I actually get into those books, if I refer multiple books, if I discuss with my friends, if I discuss with my professors, if I actually do my research and browse and start loving something, exams and results are a byproduct. So I don't really agree with the word fail. I think in the process of learning, I think there is nothing called failure. You will have these obstacles. You won't get it sometimes, you get it sometimes, and we just need to keep moving on. May sound very philosophical, but if your attempt is genuine, if you are trying with all your earnest effort, if you're trying wholeheartedly, I think failure should not disappoint us, because then we don't look at it as a failure. Okay, I tried my best. The next thing, I keep going back to the exams. Okay, fine, 3-match series, India, Australia. First 2 matches we lost. Yeah, so you get disheartened and you say, okay, I give up on cricket. No, really? Third match you won? So because people who play, they play for the passion, they play for fun. They play just because they enjoy it. If you start enjoying the process of learning, let it be engineering or let it be any course. Let it be any course. Let's say some of you are into music or dance. You start enjoying that, enjoying the process, enjoying and doing an experiment. You're not getting it. That's okay. You get it the next time. Don't put this pressure on yourself, saying that everything I do is for a 95% score. No. You do things. Again, you go back to your why and say why you're doing this. If you're doing this to understand things well, you understand, that's fine. Everything else is a byproduct. So don't put any pressure on you saying that I should be practical, you're right. Just start yourself questioning, think, do some small research. You see, tomorrow you go to your labs, you see some interesting equipment, you see some interesting things with screens on them. We call them cathode ray tube. What are those waves? What are those lines? How are they coming? Why is this wave like this? Keep questioning yourself. I don't think you will ever fail. Eventually you will succeed.
Sir, one more question.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you faced in your engineering years?
Good question. I thought so. Okay. Challenges in my engineering. This really makes me think. Again, I should say that challenges that I faced, most of them came out of my deficiencies. or my limitations then. Not able to really understand a few subjects. Every semester, people do find a few things. Was mainly because maybe I was not looking at those subjects from the kind of viewpoint that I just requested you to follow. Other challenges, frankly, this question is very hard for me to think, because I had a very jolly ride in my engineering. I think it's not a challenge. Maybe it was due to the structure of engineering course then. I think one area where batches like ours then had struggled was not having any great industrial exposure during the course of engineering, barring that final year's project. A lot of it was restricted to college. I believe now things have opened up. College is helping, and students can be enterprising enough to reach out and somehow do some winter internships whenever you get some vacation. Get involved with companies, other organizations, where some solid practical work, some stuff is happening in your core field. And so that was one of the challenges of our course itself then. But I'm sure you all are lucky enough that you would get more opportunities these days. You can interact with a lot of your alumni who are doing some wonderful things in core engineering. I'm sure VNR alumni is very rich and diverse. I don't. Challenges. I don't really recollect many challenges. Yes, for some people, those days, Bachapalli was like way out of town. We had other logistical challenges of reaching college, missing the buses. These are all fun times, right? Like a Happy Days movie. Now looks like Bachapalli has become the center of the city. You're all well connected, and so I don't recollect many challenges as such. Sorry if I've disappointed with my answer.
So thank you very much, Sriram, for your wonderful session. So now that why?
Yeah.
In our teaching methodologies also we have changed. Our D.N. Rao sir, because of our president, so dynamic president, in our teaching methodologies also we have included wit and will. As a teacher, when they are teaching any topic, they should question themselves. Why am I teaching? What am I teaching? And in
sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
very
in students'
interesting, madam.
perspective, they have to think, what am I learning? Why am I learning?
Wonderful.
So we have introduced that concept, each and every concept. So when teachers are teaching, including mathematics,
okay,
they have to explain with application.
Awesome.
Actually, at 99, we didn't have all these things. Now we are having many innovative practices of teaching and learning methods. Because of that, we are able to motivate children at VNR. So that is one. Actually, I am recollecting D.N. Rao sir every time you are telling why.
Okay, good to know that, ma'am. Really, really heartening to hear that. In fact, actually, the reason why I said why was mainly self-reflective. It was mainly pointing my own deficiencies then. For all we know, maybe we did have good professors in the department, but mainly it was us, not us in the sense maybe personally me sometimes not really applying myself and not knowing my way. But it's amazing to know on how teachers and those who are teaching also are questioning yourself on the why and the application part of it, because that's exactly what we do even at a school level these days. Why is this topic, what's its application, why are we even teaching it? And when we think, we go to classes with that, because students automatically may get these questions.
And actually, we have changed a lot compared to your batch to present scenario. At that time, our college is very young and you are only 4th batch.
Right.
Started 95 and 99 is the 5th batch, I think.
Right, ma'am.
Yeah.
I
So,
could see a lot of those changes myself when I came there, for 3-4 years back. It's amazing now.
and at that time, actually, they don't have any, already one challenge I will tell to all the students. So that former principal didn't allow RTC to run from Miyapur to via VNR. So even though many times they came to our college for route bus, that principal they didn't allow. So student has to use only RTC bus. That bus comes at 10 and leaves at 4. Each and every
Right.
children should stay in the campus and they have to utilize whatever small facilities at that time that are available in the campus. So even though first batch children also they are at high position, so whatever trouble they are faced at VNR, even then they succeeded well. That is the greatness of all our alumni. So really very happy to listen from you, Sriram. So now actually many times we feel for that. Now everything is available. So whatever their industry is required, everything we are placing in the campus. So now in this pandemic situation, we have purchased MATLAB license, campus-wide license. They can sit in their home and they can practice. So all those
That's cool.
facilities are possible for only industries. Even then, our institute are procuring all these things and providing wherever we can give hand to them. We are providing. But that is the responsibility of the nowadays children. They have to use resources that are available. They should question, they should ask, they should speak. That is missing nowadays children. Even though they are intelligence, they are not coming out of that. Why, I don't know. Many times I am only asking students, you should be proactive. So then only problems will come. If you are simply sitting in the class and even though you are following or not following, so it's not good for them. So for that purpose, we are taking help from alumni. So whenever they are finding time, many times our alumni are visiting campus, even though now it is in the pandemic situation, they are teaching online. So most of the Saturdays, we will conduct programs by taking help from alumni so that they will motivate children. So because of that, we are able to execute 4-year degree in campus without any problems. So thank you, Sriram. So after actually we will make classes into Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
Once again, I will request during that time we will arrange interactive session, so that students get a lot of inspiration from you. Okay. So whenever you are finding some time, so please address once again. Actually, I request you to address second years also. Now in this pandemic situation, even though all teachers, actually we are assigning mentors, coordinators, and taking care of them. Some students, they are feeling lonely in this COVID situation. Okay, so please enlighten those second year students once by giving one valuable talk to them also.
Yeah. Firstly, thanks a lot, madam. Thanks to the whole department. Thanks especially to you. I still, talk very high of you on how you remember all of us by name and our batch. I won't be surprised if you remember our roll numbers also. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, madam. And I just wish I'm hopeful with all your efforts and with all that the college is putting in. I'm really hopeful that these freshers, they're going to make good use of that, and they're going to soar in their engineering experience. Thanks once again.
Okay, thank you, Sriram.
Thank you one and all. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Srihari and Ranjan sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Sriram sir. And thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you all members.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.